Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to the last trading day of the week, which is the 415th edition of the Data Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I see a strong opening for the matured market or for the global market as right away. Most of the market across the globe are looking green. They rebounded from even those that had a missed settlement for the week. Most of them are moving towards closing the week. You know, missed also. Some are closing the green for the week, while some are just marginally down. But the good thing is that earnings which are price feed on in this matured economy are looking good. Despite those missed numbers that we are seeing, these numbers are coming in, some are beating expectation, and as beating expectation, markets also reacting in that direction. That's why I always say that any day, any time that price feed on earnings in any market you are playing. That's why as a good trader or investor in any market you must understand the government policy and also the monetary policy, other physical or monetary, as I've said earlier, and also what is the company doing, because this policy has the way of impacting the companies positively at the end of the day. On that note, you must know what to do with your investment. If you see that government policy is impacting positively on this company, you know when to start entering. That is why Q1 number is also very, very important. In any market you are playing, as they are coming now, it's giving investors an insight to what investors should expect from this company in this current financial year. And also, yes, depend on what is happening in that domain. Like you can see now from what's happening in Asia market now. Asia market today, Friday, the last end of the week, we saw that stock in that market have also rebounded on Friday, as a result of what gain, in a tech stocks. What I said last time, as investor, kind of look at the positive and strong earnings emanating from this company, especially from Microsoft and Alphabet. These are the ones that are really change the sentiment of the market, and that are giving insight what investors should expect from other tech companies that have also influenced companies, tech companies in Europe and also in US. You can see how market has interconnection. That because of that positive sentiment they've seen, and most other bigger companies, tech companies in China, in US, Europe and all, can see that even in UK, all of them are looking up, because of what this result, expecting that companies in that sector will play the same thing in terms of placing the number that are positive. These are the things that will also be considered. And not to forget that also the inflation figure and also the estimate that came for US. Yes, there's a kind of a mixed reaction there that will determine whether Fed will continue to put rate high, and also whether it's going to adjust down. But I think all eyes are still on what on the soft GDP that came, to see how the GDP also will give a clue of what will happen in that economy. And because of that, before now, because of high inflation and price hike, and that is why we have seen in the US that interest rates have been there high for a long time. But this year, at the beginning, there's always a sign that they are likely to be difficult this year. But because of inflation, which is the capital, they refuse to start slowing down. That is why you are seeing a lot of divergence view from what for the regulators there, whether they will vote. Today, also I see that in Japan have left their interest rate also unchanged. In Japan, that's why it's on zero level. That's why in Japan stock I also saw a big positive move in Japan. That's why there was a missed signal from the Bank of England after that that is going to do much going to happen on their board. At the end of the day, interest rate was not there, was still left unchanged in Japan. These are the things that also changing the market. Like I said, largely in US market, we are seeing that the gains from tech company has also largely influenced the positive opening of US market. And this is a trend that was that is going to go around the world. Why? Because these big companies, these tech companies, they have branches across that's we call them international companies, because not only operating in the US, not only operating in UK, in Europe, operating in Asia, they have business. That means as they are doing, such numbers also likely to be replicated in other domain. And that's why you as an investor must look at all this to help you know exactly what to do as an investor or trader. That's why you must understand the impact of these data and how market react to it. That will also go a long way to impact the market where we are playing positively. Like for me, this interest rate is what every our eyes on, both locally or internationally, because they know that when interest rate is high, it's also a minus for what for the equity market. For that, cost of fund, right? And also that work for companies performance. Those are like what we are seeing down here. But we're going to look at companies that come so far in Nigeria when time comes. But I believe this missed data that's coming from it, and this was also It's also influencing activities. But also, like if it's softer than expected, the consumer price index data was from Tokyo also added also what has also supported this decision of Bank of Japan not hiking rates, but just giving it to what to see, and investors are looking at where is the Bank of Japan leaders going with their interest rate of management. But I believe that the market initials are looking with positive earnings from, like I said earlier, from the big tech as fuel kind of hope, and also positive sentiment demanding for that. Also, don't forget that the artificial intelligence also is not easy to manage. But still, we saw what happened to Meta number that is Facebook front page. You can see that, but for what that came from this Microsoft and Apple have changed the sentiment. But when the number of Meta came, we saw how market reacted. But I believe this positive sentiment is going to continue next week as more positive numbers also hit the market. Also, consider that even in India, we saw that the market there, the Nifty 50 sorry was up. Asia, Australia market also we saw a missed performance there this morning. So some stocks are looking down in that market. But I believe that all eyes are still on what is happening also in the commodity market. Yes, it is oil price is heading to what to close the positive for the week, which is a good news for oil market. For also, don't forget that when there's a weaker dollar, you expect that the market, commodity market has to work to go because of the demand. But now I think that oil price is tracking on for positive close for the week. Which one is a good one? But we'll see a slight increase this morning as oil trade rightly as we speak now. Oil price is trading at $89.67 as we speak. But say positive that despite the increasing the political tension, we're seeing that the unrest in the Middle East has not subsided, even when all moves are being made towards to that to ceasefire and also to control. Also, what is happening in Ukraine and Russia is not helping matter for global market. These are the things that also influencing activities. The cooling inflation that is likely to also impact whether Fed decision to reach out on this borrowing cost or not. More than this 2 decades is also what I believe that is going to also take decision on their next policy meeting for the policy makers in that environment. But don't forget that whatever happened in the US has a way of influencing other mature particularly the stronger, the big central banks, Bank of England, Bank of ECB, and also US, and that of People's Bank. All these banks have the way of thinking on how it's going to affect their sentiment of the investors in that environment. But with all eyes, expecting that the earnings is going to beat the expectation, that will give the market another direction. That's why every investor in the domain are all looking forward to see how the Q1 number will play out to give a sense of direction and also change the game in the market. We have seen that most markets are oscillating. While in Nigeria here, we have seen that our market has been on a correction. That's why I said Africa is not left behind. Africa market is missed. But we see that yesterday we saw kind of a little rebound for kind of a sign of rebound after the market has formed what we call hammer, candlestick at this. But this morning we are seeing that the market is still opening pricing in red and also staying in red as we speak. But before we go, to looking at what is happening on the floor of Nigeria stock exchange, looking at the statistics. Let's look at the earnings that were released to the market. Recently, the Q1 number. We'll start from the one that came from Stanbic IBTC, and I'll tell you this is the first banking result that is coming in terms of Q1. We'll give insight to what you expect. If all the banks will move in this direction, that means yes, despite the concern for the capitalization for banks, which has also reflected on the market, at least concern for investors. But I will say that investors should not worry. As CBN have requested that banks should make provision, should provide their capitalization plan, so that but they know the next 2 years what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. If that plan is made available to CBN and made to public, it's also going to guide us on what to do as investors in this market. But looking at the number that came from Stanbic, I would say this number, I would say top up for Stanbic is a good start for Stanbic IBTC. And don't forget that this bank, I said, is one of the defensive banking stock I've seen in Nigeria. Yes, their share issue is very small, and also price also have remained a bit stable despite any market cycle we find ourselves. That price are almost above other banking stocks because of one share issue and also the holding structure of the bank. But as we speak now, the number that came also is the plus that where the bank is going, and also I believe that the capitalization will not be a major problem to meet the category where the bank is operating. For that also with the Stanbic International or what's called the Standard Bank International having about 58% of Stanbic IBTC. I believe that to capitalize the bank will not be so difficult for them. But for those that are thinking for defensive, it's a place to look at. But if you look at the gross earning for the bank for first quarter, which is the last 3 months of the year, which is from January to what March. That's 90. Let me say 90 days now. 3 months or 90 days result. This is like a scorecard to see how the company has performed for that period. You can see that the gross earning moved from 80.99 billion to 138.24 billion, up by what 71%. Good one. I say this 2 digits up, a good one, and also this translates to what a PAT of 45.64 billion against 28.86 billion in 2023. That represents about 58% up again. And this translates to what we call an EPS, which is earning per share of 3 naira 45 kobo against 2 naira 16 kobo posted in 2023. You can from this 3 naira 45 kobo, you can easily kind of do what we call a forecast what is likely to happen at the end of the year. If you look at years, we're saying that the banks might not see much of FX gain that we've seen in the previous year. But if we are seeing that about the company, the bank has about interest income that moved almost like about 75 billion from interest income. For me, after they deducted their cost of collecting and all those stuff, cost of the interest and all those stuff, and they are making about 75 billion. For me, it's a good one for Stanbic IBTC, and this we're going to see much on what on the other banking result. But for me, that you can now forecast from nothing less than between 12 to 13 naira at full year for this bank, and if that is achieved, you can see where the price. That's why we are not putting a FX gain right now on this one. But I also have seen that that the oscillation in the exchange market has continued again after we have seen a little stability in terms of appreciation for the previous month. But recently, in the last past 2 to 3 days, we are seeing that the volatility. That's why I said whenever people call me, I say, hold on, let's wait for 1 month, for 1 month or 2 months, or for 90 days, a quarter, to see what the government policy on FX will also take us. But I believe that the SCBN are not sleeping. And also, if you look at the profit margin for Stanbic IBTC, this one is very, very, very impressive. Despite there is a decline in profit margin from 35.6% in 2023 to 33.02%. That means in every 1 naira of this gross earning, 33 kobo is retained as profit. For me, it's a good one for what Stanbic IBTC. If you look at the cash flow for Stanbic IBTC and the balance sheet, robust as we speak. That's why when the CBN said the banks are doing right, it's not because the banks are sick but no, it's just for banks to be bigger and stronger to drive the 1 trillion economic target of the world, of the government. That is why they are capitalizing. Our banks are still very strong, and the numbers emerging from them are not looking bad. This is a good insight for other, for us to expect from other banking results. If you look at the cash flow, I would say that the cash flow also improved tremendously to about 791.6 billion from 99.55 billion in 2023. I tell you that even when you see that the banking cash flow is negative, it is not as a result that the banks are getting issue. No, it's because the banks is the nature of their business. They give out. But for Stanbic IBTC, for me, it's a good one. Quick one because of our time. Look at the what also how the figure that came from the biggest cement company in Nigeria, Dangote cement. For me, it's a good one for a start. But also investors should also look at what is their expectation. Why are we investing in this company? Now we can see that relatively price has been stable because of what shareholding structure, and also because of this play are in few hands, the price are remained. But if you look at the number, I'll say this is a missed number. Yeah, that's why I was saying we saw a rebound in the result. Fine, good one, because we are seeing that Nigeria operation has already impacted the bottom line as a result of what? As a result of increase the price of cement. In the first quarter of the year, it has reflected on the number, and also because of stability, we are seeing also in FS also be a plus, and also earning dollar from other operations outside Nigeria. It's also a plus. That is why when we look at international companies like Dangote cement, it's not only operating in Nigeria, but almost 4 to 6 other African countries, and earn dollar and bring back here. But this time, if you look at last year, Nigeria operators do not contribute more to their bottom line. But this was that the operation in Nigeria also can contribute more to this Q1 number. For me, it's a good one for Dangote cement. Look at the revenue or credit turnover from Dangote. I said that it moved from 406.7 billion to 817.27 billion. It's about 100%, above 100%, 101%, change, which is good. For this translate to work because of cost of operation and not those stuff, and also provisions. You can see that the PAT also was late. Well, very, very late from almost there from no, from 817.27 billion, we're seeing and profit after tax of 112.67 billion against 109.5 billion recorded in 2023. Just like we're just 30% off. I think that this is a flat number. I say the number is missed. They might say that no, the Nigeria opinion impacted the board. This number is missed because you can see that the bottom line is just on a single digit. And I'll say that really is for me. It doesn't meet our own criteria in invest data. For the company to say this number outstanding, like what we saw in Stanbic IBTC, it's not the same to see in terms of growth, but this is a first quarter number for us, also giving us insight what to expect from the industry. Knowing that Nigeria is still having a infrastructure problem, that means the demand for cement will remain high, and also the government, government also want to drive infrastructure to drive the economy. For that, we might see more activity. That's why it depends on the investment objective. Looking the world for Dangote. This also translates to what EPS of 6 naira 68 kobo against 6 naira 44 kobo. You can see you can now easily forecast from this earning per share that at the end of the year you can see around 25 naira earning per share. And don't forget that last year that they paid 30 naira dividend. They also went to back to their reserve to add to what they pay. Also, you can see it here. So if they want to sustain the price of this above 500 naira selling, you need more numbers to support that. To speak, full year 25 naira is not enough. But I believe that going to the year, this number is going to guide us on what to do. Then profit margin also move from drop from 26.92 to 13.79% for profit margin. That tells you that the cost here is small. You can see that now, yes, despite that you can say internationally the profit margin meets the standard of 10% and above. I will still tell you that there's a decline. That cost also have eaten into this which profit turnover we have seen, because you can see that from the relate your profit, your PAT to your cost, your income with the gross earning. You can see that the profit margin there is also very, very low. But for me, it's a good one because it's not below 10. But you need to also watch this. Like I said, investors must know why they're stuck and let this number guide us into what is happening in the market, also in individual stocks. We are looking at. I believe that this number we're expecting will be a game changer for our market now. Expecting that numbers will also give investors insight, because already we're seeing that most of our stocks we're seeing a low valuation in the market. Market has entered really oversold region. That's why all eyes as when the market return back from here. Any government policy and numbers that we are standing to push the market around. These are what investors are looking at for us to speak right away. As speak now, if you look at the market, I say that the market is also marginally down, just slightly down, and also I think that also the market internal, which is the market breadth, is also slightly also negative, but also or flat. Let me do that with language flat, not negative. That means we are seeing a mixed market. Right now, the market is reaching 98,125.48. The market is down, by 43.82 basic points. Even though those 0.04, not up to 0.5, I say average. That's why we need to watch the market right now as we speak, because the market is still flat right away. Like I said, we're seeing what a flat market bread. Look at we're seeing 8 gainers against 9 losers in the market right away. But if you quickly look at the top losers, we've seen Regency Insurance leading, followed by Capitalizer, Universal Insurance, Suna Assurance also following there, and also FCMB. FCMB is down to 6 naira 75 kobo. I can see these are the top results right away. As people go to the gainers, that we're seeing that the LBN holding, LBN hit also is up by 10%, 1 naira 85 kobo up. We're seeing the livestock also up by 0.9%. And I'm not surprised in livestock, looking at the Q1 number that came from from livestock, the top line and bottom line was in green, and it's a good improvement from the previous number. That is also a signal if they sustain that performance. Now, we can see that for the last 2 days of the market, yesterday and today, we are seeing that the stock have been almost 20%. This side, you can look at stock that all these look after, even they are not paying them, positive turn in their number is also a sign. That is why the number that came from Champs and the Japan was a bit disappointing, because we expect that to see an improvement of like what we saw in a livestock. But for those that lose their stock, put a position, we know that there's primary activities for Japan, but for Champs, let's expect that before the end of the second quarter, we have to see it turn around, and also information and other things that also can bring the turnaround. That's why we want to look at the chart to know what to do with this kind of stuff. Yes, if you look at, like I said, the top gainers were seen FBN, were seen livestock. Also, Vitafilm rebounded almost a 9.9% up now. Puma Tech and what and Royal Estate. These are the top gainers as we speak now. Then if you look at terms of volume activity, this tip PSC, which is the initial PSC, also is up by 26.1 million share traders so far, followed by UBA. UBA today is also the qualification day for UBA. We have seen that Zenith Bank and Okumu has been adjusted forward for their dividend today. But for UBA today, the qualification day, that means if you buy UBA today, you qualify for dividend. UBA is now 23 naira 30 kobo right away. Today there's 17.9 million shares as we speak. Why Zenith Bank down to 33 naira? A lot of the markdown of 3 naira 50 kobo. They are traded so far 15.8 million shares as we speak. While Access Bank traded at 16 naira 50 kobo, an improvement from 16 naira 10 kobo it closed yesterday. Fine, traded at 9.3 million shares as we speak. Fidelity is back to 9 naira. Hold on at a sustained level. No, that means this is becoming a strong support level for Fidelity. No, you can see that traded 6.8 million shares as we speak for Fidelity. Yes, because of our time, let's quickly look at the chart. What is happening in the chart? Yes, but look at the chart. Yesterday, like I told you, look at the chart here. Let me quickly, because it's good to us look at the learn every day on the chart. You can look at the chart like this yesterday. This is what we call a what? This is what we call a bullish hammer. Or that's what it closed yesterday. And that trend we are seeing here too. The market is in decline here. It's also a sign that the market is saying no, I won't go down. No, this is what the market closed yesterday. But now you can see for a daily chart. That trend is also market has been trying to resist the decline here, even when it opened slightly up, oscillating as we speak right away. Slightly in green, but now this you can see. That's why I need to understand. But don't forget that market also have been on the downtrend, or we call it on a decline phase. But now trying to see this after we have seen all this kind of seeing this the bullish hammer is a sign of a reversal that needs to be confirmed today. But what we are seeing here, the market has not closed, but this is a sign of the market that market also will likely rebound if we're seeing a more better Q1 number as we have seen so far. That's why they are missed one. I tell you the one that have the number that came from Dangote, cement, the one that came from Stanbic IBTC, number that came from MC Nichols, and that one came from Miss Oil. They are not bad, but the number that came from Champs and others, the point I said are missed number as you can see. But let's see, let's call up our indicator and see what the market is doing, and also a few stuff we can look at their chart before we call it a day. But tomorrow, we're having a guest speaker at the Q&A session that also tell us how to take advantage of this corrective move we are seeing in the market to take to put it into value. We have a guest speaker, and also that guest speaker will be telling us more on what to do about the market, and that is why if you are not a member of Buy and Sell Signal, this is an opportunity for you to take advantage and also position in that position to know exactly what to do in the correct market situation, because it's good to stay ahead of the market anytime, any day. That will help you to position right as a trader or an investor. You must understand the market you are playing. That once you understand the market you are playing, you do it better and do it with the knowledge. As we speak, yes, sorry, I didn't call in the money flow. Let me call up the money flow to this chart. As I said, that money flow is looking down seriously. At the end of trade yesterday, as you can see, try to look up. It was almost below 10 point. You can see that it's looking up gradually. You can see for a daily chart, and MACD remain bearish. And also see that also the market is also trading below the T line. You can see here. But let's pick our T line number towards to format. Let's take it to 8%. So 8 trading days, still 9 days. Okay, it's not changing. You can see let it go. You can see that it's trading below the T line, and MACD is also bearish, and money flow is looking down. It's a sign that market is also in a weaker momentum, and this momentum that opportunity for you to buy. As I said, as we have seen the signal yesterday on forming a bullish hammer, the trend today and next week was to tell us if the market is prepared to go out. Like I said, the game changer for the market now is this Q1 number, and also the income that are coming from payment that will also provide liquidity in the market, so that we can start seeing funds coming back to the market. And also at the end of the coming MPC meeting that will come in May, what will happen also, because we are seeing that the price of goods has gone up, but even when we are seeing stability in the naira appreciation before now, we are not seeing price coming down. That's why as inflation remains above 32%, that as it was also influencing inflation. That's why every investor, as the balance of portfolio, you must know what you are doing in the market so that you can stay ahead of the market and be in profit. Also, it's not every time I can trade. It's not something I can trade for dividend income. Also, you can do cash depending on your business objective. Also, you can like me, I tell you that I must have cash at in your portfolio. So that once your opportunity, you can see it also to hit that particular time. Because of our time, I'll say thank you and also look forward to see those that are participating in tomorrow's class. We'll have our guest speaker. Like Profi will be in the class tomorrow to give us more insight on how to work, how to shop, in this current market situation, how to shop, which kind of industry should be positioning, and what we will also be looking at to see. It's very, very important that those that are our members will know that by now they have gotten their word, their login details as expected. Also, that will also guide you on what to do, for going to the market, especially for going to this, the second month of the quarter. The quarter is every 3 months. Once you enter May, you'll be ready to work to the half year. On this note, I'll say thank you. See you on Monday.